What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing. I just finished up watching Alexis Rocha versus Blair Cobbs, and this was a 10-rounder in the welterweight division. And this fight was Saturday, March 19th from the USC Galen Center in Los Angeles, California. And this fight was broadcasted on DAZN. And in this fight, Alexis Rocha was able to get the scintillating 9th round stoppage victory over Blair Cobbs. So leading up to the stoppage, this bout scored 77-74 in favor of Alexis Rocha. And I'm going to be 100% honest, this was a very, very fun and eventful fight. And just to break it down, early on in the fight, it was actually very, very competitive. Like after the first 4 rounds, I had a 38-38 a draw. So yeah, in those first 4 rounds, the first round I thought Blair Cobbs landed some nice shots, was able to box off the outside a bit and look pretty solid. Second round, Alexis Rocha was able to land a nice left hand, which really won him the round and started to walk down Cobbs. Third round was a nice bounce back round for Cobbs, and he was able to land some nice shots and outbox Rocha and land some big shots that actually was able to start swelling on the eye of Rocha. But then in the fourth round, it was a pretty strong round for Rocha, landed some more big shots. But then in the fifth round, that's really where it started to sway in favor of Rocha. That's where this changing point, the turning point of the fight happened. Rocha landed a huge left hand on the chin of Cobbs. Cobbs' hair went flying, sweat flew off his head. He was buckled. He was hurt doing the chicken dance. He was so hurt. I'm shocked he didn't go down in that round. Then he was just hanging on for the rest of the round, wobbled, beat up, battered. Then the same thing happened in the 6th round. Blair Cobbs was hurt, backed up, was really just trying to survive that round and regain his footing. But then in the 7th, Blair Cobbs had a decent bounce back round, landing some nice shots, specifically 2 big left hands to the chin of Rocha. But then in the 8th round, Blair Cobbs went down. It was a perfectly placed left hand over the top to sort of the jaw area of Cobbs, backed him up against the ropes. Then Rocha went in for the kill and then landed a perfectly placed uppercut to the chin/nose area of Cobbs that sent him down face first to the canvas, arms out to stop the fall. It was a perfectly placed shot from Rocha that Blair Cobbs walked into after getting hit with that left hand. And then it was just Cobbs trying to survive that 8th round. And then in the 9th round, Blair Cobbs got hit with a perfectly placed uppercut at the start, backed up against the corner, and hammered with like a 4-5 punch combination. His mouthpiece went out. The referee waved it off. And I forgot to mention, in the 9th round, or in the 8th round, at the end of the round, the same thing happened, and the referee almost stopped the fight, but he got saved by the bell. But the 9th round, that uppercut landed on Cobbs. Then he was getting battered on the ropes. Mouthpiece fell out. Referee stopped the fight. So, yeah, comment down below your thoughts on this fight, your scorecard leading up to the stoppage, and what do you think is next for Alexis Rocha, the winner? And that goes into the question, what is next for Alexis Rocha? Getting this very, very nice victory. He has some solid wins now with that win over Brad Solomon. Now with this victory over Blair Cobbs, he's got a pretty decent resume that he's built up, and I would not mind seeing Alexis Rocha possibly rematching Rashidi Ellis because they had a pretty close fight, or a pretty competitive fight. I also would not mind seeing Alexis Rocha even take on like a Virgil Ortiz Jr. I know he'll probably lose the fight, but I will not be surprised if that happens, considering that McKinton had an awful performance on this card. I did make a video on that. I would appreciate it if you guys go check that one out. But, yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if that happens because Rocha did have a very solid performance here. Or I wouldn't even be surprised if Rocha takes on McKinson and the winner of that fight earns a spot in the main event for like an eliminator or something to take on a Virgil Ortiz Jr. But nonetheless, Alexis Rocha should be taking on a pretty solid, pretty big opponent in his next fight after this solid victory. But as for Blair Cobbs losing here for the first time in his career, first time by knockout, he's probably going to take on some lower level guys in like a Golden Boy card before possibly stepping it up against a guy at the level of like Brad Solomon, and then maybe even getting a decent opportunity against like a top 25 guy in the welterweight division. I gotta be honest, I don't see Blair Cobbs going too far. So overall, Alexis Rocha gets a scintillating 9th round stoppage victory over Blair Cobbs to improve to 19-1 with 13 knockouts, and to get the best victory of his career, handing Blair Cobbs' first ever loss. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.